Hey guys, this is God of Politics, and welcome back to a brand new video. But before we get started with this video, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. Also join the Discord that is linked down in the description. Time is running out to join the mock-of, so if you would like to join that, make sure you join the Discord and fill out the form that is linked in the Discord and also in my description. But in today's video, we're going to be talking about some good news that has come out from the economy. Obviously during this crisis, we've got many bad things happening, but this looks to be somewhat of a silver lining in terms of what we can hope for the future. How realistic the hope is another question, but it is the hope that we all have, which is an economic recovery, a V-shaped recovery. And this looks to be some good news about it. It says record job gains of 4.8 million in June smashes expectations. Unemployment rate falls to 11.1%. It says non-farm payrolls rose by 4.8 million in June, much better than the expected increase of 2.9 million, and the unemployment rate fell to a crisis low of 11.1%, also better than the 12.4% estimate. So this is very good news. Part of this may be due to the fact that, for example, New York started to reopen. You had a lot of people going back to their jobs there. California continued to reopen at the time. Florida continued to reopen at the time. So did Texas and Arizona. And, those places are having an increase in coronavirus cases. So that could cause some problems. People, bars, for example, have closed. Restaurants may have to close. That's going to cause some people to lose their jobs again, but that's more of a temporary thing. And these job gains are more of a, people who temporarily lost their jobs due to the fact that it was virtually impossible to work in things like indoor dining, barbershops, things like that, and that's starting to come back. And this is some good news. We'll talk about how it affects the map electorally, but this is quite an interesting thing to look at. The expectations, it's shattered expectations again. Same thing happened last month when I made a video about it. The economy did a lot better than expected. The stock markets are doing very well as well. We also had, job gains in May. I do expect, we can see here, we had 20 million job losses in April. Then we, 1.4 million in March. We gained 2.7 million in May, and we gained 4.8 million in June. So this is, this is the biggest job gain of American history. This is just completely insane how America was able to do this. But again, most of these jobs, this is completely good, but most of these jobs are people who, were only temporarily unemployed. We're still going to have a problem when there are people who are permanently unemployed, who are actually out of jobs, who were fired from their jobs, laid off from their jobs. If we don't look at the jobless rate, we can see at the Great Recession, it peaked at around exactly 10 percentage points, and then it was falling, for 10 years. And then it went up to 14.7 at its peak, and in just 2 months it has fallen 3.6 percentage points down to 11.1%. The Fed came out and said that they thought it was going to be 10% by the end of the year. That is completely possible. It could be lower than that. It could be higher than that. The only worry I have is that as you have an increase in cases in many of these very large states, California, Texas, Florida are the three biggest states in the country, and you have increases in cases in, 35 states or something like that, and as well as an increase in hospitalization. It's not only about testing. So you're going to have a big problem there when, you're going to have people who, first are getting the virus, may not be able to go to work. Second of all, they may not be able to go to work because their businesses are shutting down or things like that. So hopefully that does not affect the overall numbers. Obviously there is some more data as well. Retail also saw a sizable boost with a gain of 740,000. Education and health services rose 568,000, and manufacturing was up 356%. Part of that can be attributed maybe to Michigan opening up their manufacturing plants again. There's very good news. It's in, parts of the country where they're starting to reopen, and this is good news. You can't reopen too fast. You need a smart reopening. You need to reopen based on the facts. And once you can do that, you'll see a lot of job gains. You'll see a lot of a big economic recovery, and this is very good news. And to look at it, electorally, the interesting thing about this electorally is that if we look at this new CNBC poll, for example, we can see, Biden had a 9-point lead over Trump in registered voters in the whole national poll. You had state polls as well, in which Biden was arguably doing even better than that. But, Trump is still winning on the economy. He was winning by 6 points on the economy. If you want to look at the issue-by-issue thing, we can obviously see here in April, Biden was only winning by 5, and June he is now winning by 9. But if you look at it on the issues, we can see Biden leads by 25 on racial equality, 16 on healthcare, 14 on dealing with the coronavirus, 12 on police reform, 7 on foreign policy, 2% on dealing with China, 1% on immigration. Things that you would normally expect for him to be winning by a lot, and then things you'd normally expect for him to be narrowly winning or narrowly losing. But the economy and jobs is something that Donald Trump still wins on. It is something that Republicans have historically won on. Even in 2012, Romney won on a lot of these polls on who would be better to handle the economy. But this is kind of Trump's silver lining in terms of winning in November. If you can see a real V-shaped recovery and a recovery from this recession that is very strong come November, if you've put the virus under control, you will see that Donald Trump will do a lot better than what people are saying right now and what the polls are saying right now, because the polls, right now are not very good for Donald Trump. If we want to look at the RCP national average, Biden is up by 9.3 percentage points here. So this is a big deal for Donald Trump. Donald Trump's probably going to have to lose it by at the most 4 points, maybe. I think Donald Trump could win if he loses the popular vote by 4 to 5 percentage points. But anything more than that, he'll probably lose. But an economic recovery is what he could win from, because the economy is, at that point, would be one of the most important issues. And while people, do count on him more, count on Biden more for every other issue, the economy itself is one of the most important issues. It's the most important issue for Republicans, and it is still an important issue. And the fact that Trump's winning by 6 on the economy, there's many other polls about this where Donald Trump's winning by even more, but the fact that Donald Trump is winning by 6 on the economy when Biden is winning by 9 overall, meaning that there's a 15-point shift. And if people see that there is an economic recovery, who in this poll said they're going to vote for Biden, may end up voting for Trump. And so again, I say this: if Biden wins the popular vote by anything more than 4%, I think he'll likely win. Gains in Texas, gains in the bigger states could account for that larger win in the popular vote, while not in the swing states winning. But I think that if he does win by more than 4, he'll end up winning the popular vote. But this is very interesting information, because if we do continue to see very good job numbers, it could be very good news for Donald Trump. Whether the economy recovering is due to him or due to other extenuating factors, that's completely another issue. But people are going to see Donald Trump, the leader, as the person that they want to count on if there is an economic recovery, and that could help him. And this is one of the only things Democrats have to worry about come the election. How big of an economic recovery do you see, and how much does that help Donald Trump? If it helps Donald Trump majorly, it'll be because of the economy, and if Donald Trump wins, it'll be because there's an economic recovery. It's not going to be something that Joe Biden does. It's going to be what Donald Trump does. If Donald Trump can help fix the country, he'll end up winning. But if he doesn't help fix the country, he's not going to win. Right now, he's not doing a very good job of that. That's why he's down in the polls. But he certainly can recover from that, and that's why I do think that this is a worry for Democrats in terms of winning. Not to say that you want the economy to crash, because nobody should want that. You are completely, crazy if you think that you want the economy to crash. Everybody wants the economy to recover as fast as possible. Doesn't matter if it helps Donald Trump or not. But this is what people want. They want the economy to recover. Whether that helps Donald Trump, how much it helps, is another question, but we'll see how much it helps come November and that election, which is now only 4 months and 1 day away. So thank you all for watching this video. Please like this video and subscribe to the channel. Also join the Discord that is linked in the description. Again, time is running out to join the mock-ups, so make sure you join that and fill out the form that is linked in the description and in the Discord. So again, guys, thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys later.